Hey guys, hey, this is my story map. I want to share a couple things with you. This is not my submission video. You can see that in the video above, just describing why I chose this topic and whatnot. But here's a couple things I just want to share with the story map, okay? So one of my biggest concerns was, can I use the same location more than once? Yes, not an issue whatsoever. So if we look right here, the story starts out at Comiskey Park, where the White Sox won the 1917 World Series right here, and it's going to be point 1, okay? You can zoom in if you want, all right? So as I scroll down, we're going to eventually be back here at Comiskey Park, okay? We're going to jump around from these two hotels back to Comiskey Park, and it goes from point 1 to point 4, okay? So no issues whatsoever. One thing that helped, I believe kind of helped with this is I added these lines to connect from point to point, which kind of helps the viewer follow along with the storyline, as well as, of course, as you scroll up and down throughout the story, it's going to move from point to point. So really not a big issue there whatsoever. Another thing I did not like with this kind of story map, which the other story maps allowed me to edit it, this one did not, was, for example, here is Comiskey Park point right there, right? It's very close. But I wish I was able to edit and draw on here. I was not able to find a way. It did not allow me to do so compared to the other versions of this story map. Was home plate is actually right here, okay? So there's just a little critique I had. Very close, but it was right here. Comiskey Park is no longer a park. It was torn down, but they do have a little location that showed where home plate used to be. The White Sox now play at Rates Field down here, as you can see. All right, another thing, kind of the same thing here. You go to Redland Field. Redland Field is where the Cincinnati Reds used to play up until 1970. Now they play at the Great American Ballpark. But this is not very close to where the home plate is or where the baseball field was. It's going to be all the way over here. So let me zoom out a little bit more. All right, it's going to be, home plate's going to be located right here. It should be like right around here. Yeah, so right here. All right, so close, but not completely close. If I was able to add that in, I would have, but it would not allow me to do so. And then just a couple things I wanted to add for my story here is, New York Evening Offices. This is not a building that's still standing anymore. It was torn down because they made an expansion here for the Brooklyn Bridge. Or an expansion or an ease of access, I guess, for the Brooklyn Bridge right here. Some other things, White Sox admin office, that's going to be, of course, located in Comiskey Park. That's why I put that right down here. Cook County Criminal Court buildings. This is not going to be the modern day Cook County Criminal Court buildings. This is going to be the historic building, which is still not in use for anything in regards to courts. But more so other businesses. You can definitely visit it. Here's what it looks like from the outside. I have a more modern pic. I know I use historical pics for the other locations located right here. And then on the inside is what the inside currently looks like as well. Another cool one I wanted to point out was Chicago Federal Buildings, okay? So the Chicago Federal Buildings, this is where the baseball commissioner, the first baseball commissioner, his main office is going to be located at because, of course, he's a federal judge. This building is no longer standing. It was torn down, and the new building was built in its place in 1964. And it's more, the building standing now is more of a modern building, kind of blends in with that Chicago skyrise theme, of course. But look how cool this old building was. I just found that fascinating, especially the other images that you find online as well. Other than that, that's really about it. I hope you review my story. I hope you like my story of my project, I guess you would say, not my story, the project on the 1919 Black Sox scandal. I look forward to looking at your guys' timeline, your story map, I mean, and I look forward to watching your guys' videos for this week. Thank you so much, and God bless.